Initial boot up sequence of the Sunflex 24 Touch. System looks for radio and or temperature and humidity sensor. If items are found, they're displayed on the screen. That was a power failure recovery mode that you just saw. We will force it to simulate a typical sunrise because, as you can see, the system is set for dual timer mode, and between 12 and 1:30, the system has the lights off. So we have two choices. We're going to simulate a normal sunrise. And at the end of a sunrise, which will take a long time, takes about 30 minutes. Okay, this was not a good option. So we'll abort it, and we'll just force it to think that it did a sunrise, and we'll just turn the lights on. And with the lights on, that enabled the radio. And the radio can be set to scan at preset intervals, or it can stay on the same station as long as you want. We also have an option of playing pre-recorded songs for the purpose of training birds, and we'll demonstrate that. We'll demonstrate that in a second here. First things first, we must enable this device here. So first things first, we have to go here, and it'll switch automatically to 87.7. We've enabled our little MP3 player right here, and we'll switch this guy to 87.7, and we'll proceed to start playing music. Let me switch to that level here. There we go. And that'll and now we can scan. But there's and folks, that pretty much shows you all the capabilities of the Sunflex 24 Plus. Turn the radio off. We'll explain this screen a little bit closer, because it's got very, very valuable information as to how the system is actually performing. System status, okay? And right here, it gives you a running documentary of what's going on. It indicates a power failure. Well, the first time the system is shipped with 0 power failures, obviously the first time the user plugs it in, the system recognizes it as going from a no power to power condition, simulating a power fault. The rest is purely diagnostic. In case the sunrise fails to start on time, we forced it to start anyways, but we'll indicate that there was an anomaly. Same thing if the system tries to do a sunrise at the wrong time of the day. We inhibit it because it's not the right time. We'll flag it as a fault. And this is for the normal timer, number 1 timer. This is for dual timer mode. In this case, we have it enabled. We also monitor the midday sunrise and sunset. Same thing for sunset as well. Right here, we indicate whether sunrise has been completed, sunset has not been completed. We are in fixed sunset mode, and We are currently in rest mode, where we start decreasing daylight hour. We're on day 0 of 56 days of resting. And that's about it. In case there was a fault, or that one fault, we can clear it at this time. What happens in this particular setup that we have, where obviously I just disconnected, or I just cleared power, or faults, I'm sorry. I'm going to remove power, reapply power. I'm going to do this quickly. One power failure. Things never go as smoothly as you want them to when you're recording live, of course. Okay, second power failure, reapply power. And this time we'll try and make sure that we don't clear the faults. And of course, one important thing, the way the system is set up at this time, is that we are set up for dual timer mode. And as you can see, it's 12:43 p.m., but the system says that midday lights go off at 12:12, and the lights do not come back on until 13:30, which is 1:30 in the afternoon. So we are in between that period of time, so consequently, the power can go off as many times as it has to. It doesn't matter. The lights will not come on. It will not do a sunrise. It will not turn the lights on, because the lights are supposed to be off. The system knows that. What we're going to do, before we clear that fault, we're going to go to the main menu, and we're going to remove the dual timer mode, and we'll see what happens. Turn it off. Save it. And now we'll go to our fault screen. I'm trying to approach it from the bottom here so I can see a little better. And as you can see, it recorded that it had 2 power failures. Okay, everything else has no faults. However, the status screen for the midday failures, those are gone, because we're not in dual timer mode. We're going to press the clear faults. Faults cleared. Back to normal operation. The dual timer mode is gone. Now, if we were to remove power, okay, notice the time. Sunrise is supposed to be at 7:55. Sunset is supposed to be at 12:44. We are in between transitions, and I reapply power. What should happen is that the system says it's after 7 o'clock in the morning, and it's before sunset, so I must turn the lights on. Except that in this mode, which is a power failure recovery, we do an accelerated sunrise. It takes approximately 1.5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. I really haven't timed it that close, but it's a pretty rapid. Yeah, there it goes. And as you can see, it's going to start doing, or it is doing, a sunrise. You can see the screen change in intensity. We had some goofy graphics that we were using on this screen, but because it takes so long to draw the graphics that I was trying to simulate, it was messing up the timing system, where it was not giving us the accurate times. And of course, we know what's going on. We can abort it by pressing this button. We're going to let it run through, because it's only about 1.5 minutes. So far, I can't really see the numbers. It started at 12:45 and 30 seconds, and it's 1 minute into it, and we're at 63%. So it'll probably take a little over 2 minutes to accomplish the task. And what's happening right now is it's bringing up the sunrise lamps, the wake-up lamps, and when it reaches full brightness, it'll turn the day lamps on, and you'll probably hear a short click if I keep my mouth shut. And that'll be the daylight relay kicking on. There it went. I don't know if it was detectable on the camera or not. And that's it. Sunrise is complete. The daylights are on. And we're all set until sunset. And we're all set, done recording with this. Thank you very much for listening.